And the idea around the staff participation was basically not to have staff not included in these games, but to separate participation of members from the staff, so that as honorable members do their games, then we can have the staff participate also parallel to honorable members. I think there's a miscommunication that the idea is to have staff not participating in these games. But Honorable Speaker, I also want to request this Honorable House through your chairmanship. We have a lot of issues around budget. Mr. Speaker, it will be completely unfair. Right now we want to thank the Speaker's Bureau because we've been allowed participation of 45 members under athletics, which we believe are going to be spread across the different disciplines. But Honorable Speaker, this is only so because we have budget limitations. Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I want to request you, because we've always had insufficient budget, in the next supplementary budget, consider reviewing or supporting us to review the budget allocation for sports, because it is barely enough. Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, we've always had this scenario where the speakers have ruled that games participation is going to be 12 days. And Mr. Speaker, unfortunately, because of budget constraints, Team Kenya, which is supposed to be a super economy, we go to participate in these games and we end up leaving before the games are concluded. We've even had scenarios where the games are still continuing.
Wind up.
The games are still continuing, Mr. Speaker, as I conclude. And at the same time, awards are being given, while at the same time still games are still continuing, which means that we need ample time to participate in these games so that we can get the maximum out of it. And this can only happen if we get good or proper budget allocation. I seek the support of this House so that in future, starting the next supplementary budget, we review our sports budget. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Next order.
Order number 8, motion, 1970 UNESCO Convention on the Means of Prohibiting and Preventing the Illicit Import, Export, and Transfer of Ownership of Cultural Property. Question to be put.
Thank you. Order, honorable members. Members on their feet, take your seats. Take your seats. Honorable members, I now put the question at order number 8, which is that this House adopts the report of the Departmental Committee on Sports and Culture on its consideration of the 1970 UNESCO Convention on the Means of Prohibition and Preventing the Illicit Import, Export, and Transfer of Ownership of Cultural Property, laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 12th October 2023, and pursuant to the provisions of Section 8.4 of the Treaty Making and Ratification Act 2012, approves the ratification of the 1970 UNESCO Convention on the Means of Prohibiting and Preventing the Illicit Import, Export, and Transfer of Ownership of Cultural Property. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Those of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Next.
Order number 9, motion, loans contract